Hi, my name is Lulu. I am a yoga teacher here at Original Feelings Studio, and I have prepared a few flows for us to flow together. If you want to practice with music, then there is a link to the Spotify in the description box. Welcome to a joyful flow. Today is just about moving our bodies, generating some good energy. You don't need anything at all, so just come on to your mat, and we start at the back edge of the mat. So come sitting on your heels, nice and easy. Allow the crown of the head to draw all the way up, long spine, the shoulders to rest, and the hands to rest on your lap, wherever they fall naturally, your knees, your thighs. And if you feel safe and comfortable, then give your eyes another moment of rest. Close them down. Take a moment just to tune into the body, allow the mind to catch up with the body and the body to catch up with the mind. Noticing the way the air is moving in and out of the body. Not trying to change anything or force anything, just noticing if your breath is deep and relaxed, or maybe a little bit shallow because we haven't moved yet. Now gently start to deepen that breath. And instead of trying to suck more air in, see if you can let all the air out. Draw the navel to the spine, allow the ribs to come together, and then notice how from there you have a little bit more space for your breath to travel all the way down into the lowest point of your spine. And then draw the breath up into your rib cage, out into your outer ribs, up into your heart, your chest, your shoulders, and letting the breath roll all the way back out. Inhaling one more like that all together, down into the pit of the belly, out into the outer ribs, and up into the heart, the chest, the shoulders, and letting it roll back out. Good, really gently open up your eyes, soft gaze, release your hands, take your hands all the way out and overhead, take a big breath in. And then exhaling, bring the hands towards your heart. One more like that, inhaling, reaching the arms out and overhead. Exhaling, allow the hands to come towards your heart. Inhaling, this time take the arms all the way out and overhead. And then exhaling, bring the hands down and behind your back. Interlace your fingers. And then see if you can lengthen a little bit through those elbows, lifting the heart up a little bit higher. So it's not about going back, but it's about going forwards and up. So hugging your lower ribs back in. Take a breath in here. On your exhale, move your hands over to your right hip. So left outer hand comes towards your right hip. Take a breath in here. Exhaling, soften down your right shoulder and bring the right ear to the right shoulder. Now gently bring the chin to the chest. Really soft movements. Ear to shoulder, chin to chest. One more like that. Inhaling. And exhaling, bring the chin to the chest. Good. Really gently bring the head back through center. Now listen carefully. Keep the left hand where it is. Release your fingers. And take the right arm up and over as you anchor down through your right hip. Now we start to trust the space behind us. So lean back a little bit and look up to the ceiling. Take a breath in here. And then a big breath out as you release your hand back through center. Lengthen through the arms. So we do the same thing on the other side. Inhale. Exhaling, bring the right hand to your outer left hip. And then the left ear to the left shoulder. Really gently bring the chin to the chest. Find some gentle half moon circles, just ear to shoulder and chin to chest, lengthening through your neck, allowing the left shoulder to draw down. Inhaling in as you come ear to shoulder, exhaling as you bring your chin to your chest. Good. And really gently come back through center. Keep the right hand where it is now. And we take the left arm up and overhead. Anchor down through your left hip. Keep it pulling towards that left heel. And then maybe we look up to the ceiling. And then again, we start to trust the space behind us. We gently lean back as the left shoulder pulls away from the ear. Take another breath in. Exhaling, bring the hands interlaced again. One more as we lengthen back, lift through the heart, breath in. Exhaling, allow your whole body to come forward. This time the hips anchor back towards your heels. Come onto your forehead and then really gently, one finger at a time, release your hands. No slingy motions. Reach them forward. Press the palms onto the ground, rearrange your hips, let them pull back as your forehead comes all the way down. Take a big breath in and a breath out. Good, look forward towards your hands now. Lift your hips to come through tabletop and then drop the hips back down as you lift the heart forwards and up. Good. Exhaling, press into the hands, send the hips back into your child's pose. Inhaling, round yourself forward, lift the heart. Exhaling, move it back. We find a dynamic movement here. Good. Inhaling, come forward. This time, bend your right leg, look over your right shoulder. Exhaling, move it back. Inhaling, left side. We drop the hips. We look over our left shoulder, bend that left leg. Exhaling to pull it back. We do one more on each side. Inhaling, right leg bends, look back. Exhaling, push yourself all the way back, child's pose. Inhaling, move it forward, one breath. Look over your shoulder, push yourself back. Good. This time, move the hips forward, bend both legs, lift your heart forwards and up, nice and proud. And then exhaling as you tuck your toes and send your hips all the way up for downward facing dog. First down dog of the practice. Take your time. So walk out the legs a little bit. I like to take my legs out so my feet as wide as the mat and just shift the hips from left to right a little bit, finding baby elephant, however you want to call this one. And then walk the feet back into hip width distance, the hands forwards a little bit, allow the crown of the head to want to reach down. And then lift the heels, look forward, and slowly start to walk the feet to the front edge of the mat. Take your time. Lots of little steps. First travel, we always take our time. Allow your whole body to rest down, maybe even holding onto the elbows. If you want to bend your knees, you can generously even. Sway from side to side, find a bit of bounce, a bit of buoyance, release the head, maybe say yes and no a few times. And then release anything that you're holding on to. Root down through your feet, slight bend in the knees, and slowly start to stack your body. So really gently rolling up, stacking the hips, the knees, all your vertebrae. Roll the shoulders up to the ears and then back and down the spine. Good. Palms face forward for Tadasana. Take your arms out and overhead. Big breath in. Palms come together. Exhaling, hands come towards your heart. One more like that. Big body wave. Inhaling up. Exhaling, bring the hands towards your heart. Good. Release the hands. Bring the feet together now. Send the hips all the way back. Reach the arms down to the ground first. So rearrange your hips back and then move the arms forward. Lift your heart. So chair pose, Utkatasana. We want to imagine someone is pulling that chair away from us. So we're sending our hips back into a chair that's super far away in the room first. And then from there, we lift our heart forwards and up. Good. Take a big breath in here. We stay. Exhale. Inhaling, reach your arms up, up, up. And then exhaling, release everything back down, forward fold. Good. Inhaling, lift up halfway, lengthen. Exhaling, bring the hands down into the ground. Take 2 steps back, plank pose. Option to lower knees, chest, chin, or maybe shoot your heart forward, hug your elbows in, lower down halfway for your first chaturanga. Inhaling to move the heart forward, upward facing dog. Exhaling, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Take a big breath in here and a breath out. Inhale in, right leg is going to rise all the way up. Lift that heel off the mat. Exhaling, bring the knee to the chest, roll yourself forward, and then quietly step that foot between the hands. Turn flat on your back heel, take your time. So pull the right hip back and the left hip forward now. Become super light on your fingertips, lift the heart forwards and up, and then we reach with the heart forward as we take the arms out and overhead. Use your front heel to press up so you can rise, and then use your back heel to land. So we want to distribute our weight in our warrior one here a little bit. So again, we trust the space behind us and we lean back a little bit. Now notice what your knee is doing. Move it forward above the ankle. Take a breath in here. And then exhale and take the arms out and behind your back. Like we did before, lengthen through the arms. Take a breath in. Exhaling, allow your whole body to come forwards again. Again, familiar movement. Let the hands rest up and overhead. The crown of the head wants to reach down to the ground. Now notice what your hips are doing. Pull the right hip back a little bit. Take a breath in. And then exhale out here. Soften through the head, soften through the neck. On your next breath in, allow your hands to pull you back up. So press into that front heel. And then use the back heel to land as you rise and lift the heart. Exhaling, we lower back down, fold. Use your exhale. Inhaling, one breath. Exhaling, no slingy motions. Release your fingers and frame your front foot with both your hands. Pivot on your back heel. Press the left hand down as the right arm picks up. So we're lengthening through a whole wingspan. Both arms super long. Look up, big breath in here. Exhaling, allow the hips to drop a little bit. That right hip to pull back and the left hip to pull forward. Now look back at your back foot and turn flat on the blade edge of that left foot. Really slowly, you can slide or glide that right foot all the way on top of your left foot. Keep your arms reaching out super wide. Big breath in. On your exhale, left knee comes down, and the top arm comes all the way up and over. So lengthening through your whole body, anchor down through your right heel. Let the top arm pull you forward, creating this super long line from the fingertips all the way down into the heels. And then maybe pick up your right foot. Option to keep it on the ground if you want to take it a little easier. And then maybe you bend that top leg and catch your foot. Sounds difficult, but try it out. Press the foot into the hand and then push your right hip forward to open up through the heart. Breath in. Exhaling, release the foot and round yourself all the way back around. Take your time getting here. Pivot on your feet, step yourself back, plank pose. Option to go straight into downward facing dog or take a little vinyasa with me. Inhaling to lift the heart. Exhaling to find your downward facing dog. Press down and away. Allow the head to soften out. Take a big breath in to reset between your sides and releasing breath out. Inhaling, left leg rises, three-legged dog, all the way up. Exhaling, bring the knee to the nose and then gently step the foot between the hands and forward. Turn flat on your back heel, no surprises. Become super light on your fingertips. Lift your heart forwards and up. Press up through your front heel and then reach the arms all the way up. So again, we want to rearrange ourselves a little bit. Push that left hip back and the right hip forward. And then we come up, pull yourself up from the outer ribs and then gently allow yourself to lean back just a bit more onto that back leg. Take a breath in. Exhaling, release your arms, interlace. Inhaling, lengthen up through your heart. On your exhale, bow down, forward fold, humble warrior. Crown of the head wants to reach down. We stay here just for a breath. Allow the hands to move up and overhead as you soften through your neck. You can really gently rock out the head even. Take another breath in. Pull your left hip back and a breath out. On your next inhale, imagine someone's pulling you up by your hands. Use your front heel to rise. Use your back heel to land as you lift up. Next exhale, fold down. All the way forward. Crown of the head wants to reach down, release. And then really gently release your hand. Slowly frame your front foot. Now press the right hand down into the ground and the left arm is going to pick up. Easy twist. So lengthening through that top hand, press down and away through that right hand. So we don't want to collapse into the shoulders, but really press up and away. Now gently look back at that back foot. Turn onto the blade edge of your right foot and step the left foot on top. Side plank, just for a breath. If you want to, you can lower your right knee right away. Otherwise, we stay here just for another breath. Lift your hips up a little bit higher. Deep breath in. Exhaling, lower that right knee down. And take the arm up and over. Whew. Reaching all the way out, lengthening through your whole body, enjoying this big stretch. Again, as always, we always try to trust the space behind us and rather lean back than rounding forward. Maybe you stay here. Maybe we pick up the top leg. Take a big breath in here, exhaling, maybe catch your foot. If you do catch your foot, press the foot into the hand, push your hip forward, open your heart, big breath in, exhaling, release, round yourself around. Take your time getting here, pivoting on your feet, bringing the hands underneath the shoulders, step yourself back, and then maybe going through a little vinyasa all together. Inhaling, move your heart forwards and up, fight for that back bend. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. One more breath in here. Press the ground away from you. On your exhale, release the knees down, send your hips back. Reach the arms forward, find a child's pose. Just for a moment, allow the whole body to soften. Noticing how good it feels when we don't have to think about what to do or where to go. All we have to think about is how the air moves in and out of the body. Allow the breath to move all the way down into the lowest point of your spine, into your lower back, and then draw that breath out into the outer ribs. Allow the breath to travel between each rib bone. And then softening breath out, let the breath take with it any last tensions, any last heaviness. Inhaling all the way down to the lowest point of your spine. Exhaling, softening all the way back out. Good, and then gently look forward towards your hands, lift your hips, tuck your toes, and then we find all together way back, downward facing dog. So rearrange your middle fingers forward, press down through your fingers and your thumbs. Allow the back thighs to draw all the way back towards the back edge of the room. Take a breath in as you lift your right heel back off the mat. On your exhale, listen, bring the right knee towards your right elbow and then kick it back up. Inhale in. Exhaling, bring the right knee to the right elbow again. And now step your foot to the outside of the right hand. Good, super slowly. You can walk the foot a little bit further into center and then turn flat on that back heel again. We've done this before. From here, pick up the left arm again. So long line, open your wings like we've done before. Take a breath in here. On your exhale, move the left hand back and down. Inhaling as you move it forward and up, big circle. Exhaling back and down. Inhaling, take it forwards and up, and this time let the left hand cartwheel you all the way up. Good, we find ourselves in our warrior two. So allow the right knee to move all the way forward towards above the ankle. Lengthen through your arms. Press down through the outer edge of your left foot. And then flip the front palm, take a big breath in. Exhaling as you lean back. Good, come back into your warrior two. And now interlace your hands behind your back. So like we've done before, we lengthen through the arms. Take a big breath in. And then on your exhale, bring the hands forward. So outer left hand, like we've done at the beginning of the practice, towards your right hip. And then keep the left hand where it is. Release your hands and take that top arm up and over one more time. Big breath in here. On your exhale, press down for that front heel. Extend your leg. This should feel super nice. Inhaling, lengthen backwards. And then exhaling, cartwheeling yourself forward. Keep the left hand the way it is. Reach forward until you can't go forward anymore and just drop the hand down. So you can bring it to the ground. You can use a big book or block if you have one. Otherwise, just use your own body. Rest the hand on your shin and allow the left hand to open up more. So don't see the spine as a restriction, but more of something to help you open up. Look up to the sky, one more breath. And then exhaling, softly release the bind and take the arm all the way up. This should feel really good as well. Then look down towards your front foot, bend your front leg, and cartwheel your hands down, framing that front foot. Gently step the right foot back, plank pose. Let's go through a little vinyasa all together. Inhaling, move the heart. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Press into the hands, drop those heels, lift the hips up a little bit higher. Breath in to reset between your sides. Breath out. Inhaling, left leg rises, three-legged dog. Exhaling, remember, left knee, left elbow. Inhaling, pick it up. Use your breath for that. Exhaling, left knee, left elbow. Now step the foot quietly to the outside of your left hand. Move the foot into the center of the mat a little bit more and then turn flat on that back heel. When you're ready, reach the right arm all the way up. So lengthening through your whole wingspan one more time. Drop those hips all the way down. Allow the top arm to pull you up on your breath in. And then exhaling, move the hand back and down. Listen to your breath. Inhaling to open up, maybe even lean back a bit. Exhaling to move it down. Good, this one, inhaling, take the right arm, cartwheeling you all the way up. Warrior two, nice, press into the outer edge of your right foot. You can bend and straighten that front leg a little bit, this should feel good. And then set yourself up, so the left knee wants to draw out, and your front ribs want to draw to the back edge of the room. And then we take the arms out, we look forward. Flip your front palm, take yourself forwards, up and back to paint the sky. Inhaling and remember this movement. Exhaling, come back. Warrior two. Good, release your hands back behind your back. Lengthen through your arms, big breath in. Now bring the outer right hand forward toward your left hip. Release the fingers. Keep moving that left knee forward as the arm comes up and over. Take a breath in, look up. And then exhaling, push into that front heel to lengthen your front leg. Inhaling here, exhaling, cartwheeling yourself forward. as far as you can. At some point, the hand will drop on top of the shin bone or towards the ground, wherever you are. Keep the bind, so maybe that right hand can even catch the upper left thigh. And then roll that right shoulder away. Look up to the ceiling, allow the bind to help you. And when you're ready, release the arm, lengthen all the way up. Take a breath in here. On your exhale, look down towards the left leg, bend the left leg, bring the left hand down and the right hand to join. Step your left foot back and see if we can step it back instead of dragging it over the mat. Try it out. We lower down. Inhaling to find an upward facing dog. Exhaling for downward facing dog. Amazing. Take a big breath in. Good work, everyone. And a big breath out. Really gently lower your knees down. One more time. Send the hips back. Release the wrists. Release the arms. Release your forehead. Just for a moment, notice again how good it feels when we give ourselves this moment of rest. How good it feels when there is no expectations. Where we can give our mind some rest. It knows exactly what it's doing. We've been in this space before. Our body loves repetition. It loves coming back into a space that it knows what to do, what's happening. So breathe down into the lowest point of your spine. And then allow the breath to spread through your whole body, out into the rib cage, down into your belly. And as you exhale, let the breath take with it any last tensions, any heaviness, anything you want to let go of. We stay for 2 more breaths here together. Inhaling all the way down, expanding through 360 degrees of your rib cage. And softening out, releasing the body of any tension, any tightness. 1 more breath in together. And breath out. Good. Really gently look forward towards your hands and walk the hands in towards the body. Really nice and slowly give your spine some moment to find back into its neutral shape, sitting on your heels. Crown of the head reaches all the way up, and then really gently move the legs out to one side and swing them all the way around. Good. So scoot over onto the front edge of the mat. I have to a little bit. And then from here, we want to lift the shin bones off the mat. So we find a little Navasana shape here to end our practice, a little bit of core work. So draw the knees in. Maybe you want to keep the hands behind your thighs. This is very gentle. You can stay like this. Maybe if you want to take it a step further, you reach the arms forward, you lift to the heart, nice and proud. 1 more time. Maybe if you want to take it even further, you can extend the legs. Embrace the wobble, embrace the shake. I'm here with you. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Stay for 2 more breaths, just like that. Inhaling in. Press your feet together, legs together. Exhale out. Drop the heart. Take another breath in. And then exhaling, release everything down onto the ground. Bring the soles of the feet onto the mat. Release the head all the way down. And then bring the soles of the feet together. Let your knees rest out just for a moment. Bring one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly. Allowing the spine to return back to its neutral shape. If Supta Baddha Konasana is nothing you want to do today, that's absolutely fine. You can find an active rest with the feet out wide and the knees falling into each other. Wherever you are, allow the heart to beat against the chest. Noticing how good we feel when we're safe with our whole spine against the mat. Noticing how the spine returns to a neutral shape with a few arches, a few curves. Some vertebrae touching the ground and some are not. Releasing your hips, releasing your shoulders. Noticing how the breath slows down. You have the possibility to rise the heat in your own body, but you have the possibility to turn it down again, to cool off a little bit. Good, and then use your hands to bring them back towards the knees. Use your hands to draw the knees up. Be nice and gentle. Bring the knees in towards the chest. Hug them nice and tight. Take a few rolls from side to side if that feels good. I like to hug my forefingers together, let the knees come into the elbow creases and just rock from side to side. Give my lower back a bit of love. Good, and then bring the knees together again, let them drop over to one side, really gently. Dropping is maybe the wrong word, but set them down, slowly let them meet the ground. Maybe take your left hand all the way out and look over towards your fingertips for a really gentle twist. Take a big breath in, allow your center, your core to be super soft now. Breathing all the way down to your belly, lots of space. Exhaling, releasing any kind of tension, any kind of tightness that you're maybe still be holding on in your body. Releasing your jaw, backs of the eyes, the ears. Take another breath in, all the way down. A big breath out. Good. Releasing your knees, draw them back through center, and then move them over to the left, maybe even shifting the hips a bit to the right. This can feel good. And then take the right arm all the way out. Look over your right fingertips, maybe close your eyes. Allow your center, your core to be really, really soft. Breathing all the way down to the lowest point of your spine. And a big releasing breath out, softening out through the shoulders, the face, the jaw. Take one more breath in here. And a breath out. And really gently take your knees back up through center, hug them in really tight. Squeeze them together, bring the forehead to the knees and the knees to the forehead. Take a big breath in. And then a big breath out as you release your whole body down. Let the feet move out to the outer edges of your mat. You're in nobody's way here, so take up space. Proud Shavasana. Allow the hands to rest left and right of the body a bit further away. Palms facing up to the ceiling. Allowing the shoulders to drop heavy onto the ground. Noticing how good it feels when we allow ourselves a moment of rest. A moment where we can let go of the breath, let the air come and go completely naturally. Allowing the body to become super heavy. Allowing all the emotions to melt off your face. Allowing all the emotions to melt off the body, leaving your skin super soft. As your bones become a little bit heavier, notice how your heart becomes just a little bit lighter in your Shavasana. If you want, you can pause the video here and stay in your Shavasana for a little bit longer.